men not to be men. You want men to think like women. That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
The reason you are upset and the reason you are arguing is not because you disagree with what we're saying. It's because you're triggered and you think we are saying women have no value. Absolutely incorrect.
I would tell more young men to do this. Keep your head down.
He got popular because he's very good at spewing hate.
Always be polite, always hold the door open, always give that $10 to charity, even if nobody sees it.
Gentlemen, if no one's told you, you got to tell yourself, you are special. You are important. You are the man because you matter.
Perhaps if I would have shut up when they wanted me to, I wouldn't be in this scenario, but that's just not who I am.
3, 2, 1.
I'm starting to like Cardi B. Now, she's obviously a moron, and she's a Democrat, and she's a leftist, and she's stupid. And you can't expect to have a smart trash hoe.
Well, how many times they gonna be able to do it?
Depends how much he's working. Depends on how much he's working. That's why I say it's different on.
But wait, listen,
no.
Listen, hold on. How many times should a man expect to have sex? What is, in your opinion, how many times should a woman give their man sex a week?
A week?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of the as often as he wants it.
No, hold on.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing.
If I find a good woman and I know she's doing things for me which are unusual, if I truly know that I can trust that every single dude that messages her on Instagram gets ignored, if I know that if I say, look, baby, make me coffee in the morning, I'm tired, or I'm hungry, she looks for something, or the house is always clean, or whatever, I'm not stupid. Maybe a lot of men who treat you like shit in those situations aren't experienced with women and think they can replace that.
Yeah.
I know if I find a good woman that she deserves respect, because I know how hard that is to find.
Facts.
Finding beautiful women is easy.
Yeah.
But finding a girl who's actually down for you is very hard.
Yeah.
So if I get one, I keep her. Because I'm not a fool, right?
In regards to making money, money comes in waves, and we all have to understand that. And if we all invest successfully, we could...
Where are you investing?
That's none of your business.
It's a secret?
Declare that.
But you said money comes in waves. Granted. We have to invest. It's taken. Where's some of the places you're investing?
Yeah,
You said
actually,
none of my business. See, this is what this OnlyFans economy has done. It's let women with really low functioning knowledge, no high value or high ticket skills.
That's not low functioning knowledge.
Men have no place at all to say how women should and
We
shouldn't.
have every place. We built the goddamn world you live in. This is what tends to happen whether it's OnlyFans, TikTok, Instagram. And when women can't handle it, they leave. Carry your cell phone, and when OnlyFans stops, Subway will be hiring.
Oh my God, mic drop.
I'm not gonna subscribe to you.
All right.
Sit down and you have to sit down.
It's not about that. It's
I'm a
about-
grown-ass woman. I pay my own bills and you're gonna tell me what to do?
That's fine. You may not realize it, but a man does a whole bunch of shit for you that you don't know. He's watching the shows you want to watch. He's listening to you talk gossip about the girls at work. He's fucking going, yeah, I like that dress, that dress. He doesn't give a fuck about any of it. He's doing it for you.
See, that's the
but the
thing.
second it's back the other way, you have some fucking issue with
He's
autonomy.
right.
It's
He's
bullshit.
right. Listen, yeah, he's right because women talk nonsense for a long time. And they say like, yeah, babe, you're right. Yeah, babe, can't believe she did that. It's true.
Or whatever the way you look at men is just going to taint. It's going to color your perception of men throughout everything else. Okay. And it would be better for you to understand that and men to understand that, and just leave each other alone. Because, man, do you think highly of men? No. Then go get a girlfriend.
No.
But thing is, you're asking a man to be a provider, male, and this and that. You want a man to do what he's supposed to, and you don't even give men a baseline of respect. You say
I don't want to. I'm not going to argue with you, Kevin. I understand where you're coming from.
But I say, do you think highly of men?
And I'm working on my thought process of men. So I'm
That's
not
fair.
ready. I'm not.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
fair.
ready for a marriage yet. I do have a lot of things to work on, and I do watch your videos a lot. I can take in what you're saying 110%. And
I get.
When you say men don't lie because you believe in actions, I'm saying a lot of actions are lies.
Am I high-value women in your eyes?
You're very good looking. So I would say, yeah, absolutely. You're beautiful. You seem like you're a good person. You seem intelligent. You're not stupid. So I'd say you're a high-value woman, but your actions dictate that, right? The most important actions a woman can undertake is loyalty. Every man out here knows that disloyalty is the most disgusting thing a female could ever do to her man.
But are you loyal?
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing.
But loyalty is loyalty.
No, but they're not the same thing, are they?
Why is it not?
Because men and women are not the same.
We are not the same. You are correct there.
Okay, so we agree.
No, but I'm not agreeing to people being dishonest, cheaters, liars.
So what about the women that didn't choose to raise a kid on their own?
Of the 50+% divorce rate, women are filing 70-80% of all divorces. Women are choosing to wreck their own homes every day. Men are not choosing to wreck their own homes and make women single parents. That's a choice that women are making.
Why? Because their husbands are trash, treating them badly?
Now here we go with the ad hominem stuff. This is the same stuff that's been piped into the culture forever. That when a woman chooses to break her home, it's always the man's fault.
Do you know the number one thing men look for in a woman?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Who said loyalty?
I did.
Boom. That's all men are really interested in. I know how good I can make a woman's life, and I won't waste my time making a woman's life good if I truly don't believe she's not down for me.
So
But to be
what's
honest-
wrong? But what's wrong with you?
To be honest, in my 20s, what I was doing was just dating for fun. Dating, I'm going to be really blunt, dating like, you know, rappers, athletes. And by time I was ready to sit down, I was already in my 30s, and I'm like, oh shit, like I've done give away my most precious years to just partying and being on the scene. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm trying to date, and I really don't know what I like.
Keep going.
I'm trying to figure out what do I like, because for the past 4 years I've been engaged twice, and they weren't the one.
Have you been in therapy?
Yes, I'm in therapy now.
Let me ask you a question that you probably haven't asked yourself, because thank you for being honest, because I was going to get to it anyway.
Advice?
Advice? What dude is getting advice from chicks? Any man who sits there and goes, my life ain't going right, let me text some chick, is a dumbass.
How is he dumb?
Because you should go to your boys, your team.
Because boys do this weird toxic alpha.
It ain't toxic alpha. It really isn't, my dear.
It really is. It
No,
really is.
if a man goes to a woman with his issue, it's not a serious issue. I feel sad, my ex left me, some dumb shit.
No, but
right?
women can give a...
They're trying to kill me. I need a gun now. You don't text some chick in your phone. You text your boys, because only your men who can help you. I'm in Ukraine. The Russians have invaded. I need a way out. Who's got a car? Oh, Cheyenne's coming. Peugeot 206. Get fucked.
Y'all are all out of whack with how men think. This is why you can't get what you want from us, because you're valuing something up here that is a used vehicle with a lot of miles.
Okay.
Just because you hand washed it. You were 20-year-old hot. You had 20-year-old wound. You had 20-year-old body count. You had 20-year-old trauma. You had 20-year-old experience. That's what we value. That's all it comes down to for us.
But don't you feel like with those experiences, a person can add value to their lifetime?
Men value your youth, your fertility, your purity, femininity, submission, ability to cooperate, and fitness. And all of that is at your highest in your youth. The older you get, the older you get. No product gets more expensive with time and use. Have you ever been to the pawn shop?
Yes.
All right. You ever take something you really value to the pawn shop? And did they hurt your feelings when they told you how much it was worth?
Yes. I was like, what? Yes.
That's you. We the pawn shop.
Is this Sophie? Is this Sophie? Oh, it's Sophie, the fake name, no face. Has she accused me of a crime, this imaginary Sophie?
She's making the point that there is
Has she accused me of a crime?
emotional or psychological manipulation.
I've asked you a question and I've allowed you into my house.
I'm asking you a question.
Correct, but you're not the boss here because I've allowed you into my house
I'm asking you the question.
correctly, and I'm telling you.
You get to decide the answers.
No, we're equal here. I've allowed you into my house. You don't come here with a position of authority. I'm doing you the favor as Legacy Media, giving you relevance by speaking to you. And I'm telling you now, this Sophie, which the BBC has invented, which there's no face of, nobody knows who she is.
The BBC did not invent.
Of course not. And because you never invent anything. And she's not filed criminal charges against me. What are we talking about here?
Shout out to the Bonnet crew. How old are you?
I'll be 21 in 7 days. I want a high value man.
Why do you want a high value man?
I deserve that.
You don't deserve anything.
Oh, okay.
Who are you?
Simone.
Simone deserves nothing. What makes you so special? Do you deserve access to somebody else's stuff?
Nothing really makes me special to deserve access to anybody's thing.
Thank you. So you don't deserve a high value man. Nobody deserves anything. We earn. And there's something called only child syndrome. What was that?
What is what?
Was there somebody screaming in the background?
No.
But I do have a question for you. Why come on to the program with a bonnet on?
I'm comfortable. This is me.
Okay, right. But you want a high value man. I probably should have excused myself, taken it off, and presented myself in a better light because hundreds of thousands of people, 20,000 folks, let's have the conversation. But I'm comfortable. It's all about me. What value is a selfish person in a relationship to anybody?
Thank you.
That's a question.
Ask it again, please.
Kick rocks.
But women really want their man to be strong. They will punish you for being weak. And I'm not saying you can never cry to your woman. I'm not saying you can never open up to your woman. But there's going to become a time where she expects you to just be capable. There's a problem. And even if you don't know how to fix it, your job as a man is to say, I'll handle it. Even if you have no money and no hope. And to go find a way to fix the problem. If you're weak and go, I don't know, she becomes very resentful towards you. And she'll punish you for that weakness. And I think what she's trying to do is inspire you to man up because it's your job to protect her, isn't it? Of course.
You got to give yourself a break, man. Give yourself a break. Give me a break. And you got to break these cycles. So many of us did not get what we needed in childhood, did not get what we needed in our formative years, did not get what we needed when we decided to go to college and relationships and this and that. And the bottom line is this. The thing you want is likely being the better version of yourself. You notice when I tell people you attract what you are and you hate the things you are. It's because I've sat there and have had to do that work, that intensive work, that uncomfortable work, the work that comes along with having to be vulnerable in front of a therapist, in front of a counselor, to sit there and talk it out, to understand that you bring you to every situation that you're in.
Humanity's always been the same way. There's been a select, small, few good men up against evil, and evil always outnumbers you. Evil always has more money than you. They always have more power and more influence than you. If you play any video game, when you get to the end boss, he always has more life than you. He always has more hit points, but you're the good guy. It's never been any different. At any point in human history, there's been the good guys up against the forces of evil, whatever they were of the time. And you've always been outnumbered and you've always been supposed to lose.
Gentlemen, if no one's told you, you got to tell yourself, you are special. You are important. You are the man because you matter. And you need to carry yourself as such. But at the end of the day, it's the outcome that matters. If you want to be treated better, treat yourself like you matter first. Your godfather is out.
You sincerely don't know what the right move is.
I sincerely have decided that the best thing I can do is stay true to my faith and stay true to God and tell the truth and fight. The right move for me, I believe, is to fight and fight to the end, because I think that suicide is always the wrong option. I believe if you're put in a bad position, the best thing you should possibly do is fight to the best of your ability, which is what I'm going to do. However, if I was looking at it purely logically without any kind of ideological motivations, perhaps if I would have shut up when they wanted me to, I wouldn't be in this scenario. But that's just not who I am. You know, Alexander the Great didn't have to keep conquering. Genghis Khan didn't need to take Vienna. He could have just chilled. He kept going. So I feel like when I'm in a position where I don't know what I'm supposed to do, the best thing I can do is just look to God and tell the truth. And that's what I'm doing.
So guys, you gotta treat yourself better in everything. That's why I say fit is more important than fashion and quality is more important than quantity. I would rather you have less of something and have good something, a lot of average, and do that in your personal life too.
Jail was terrible. I'm going to start by saying jail was terrible, and I was miserable inside of the jail cell. It's a good thing depression isn't real, because I would have been depressed. I think in life that you get what you give, and I wanted to feel happier, so I tried my very best to make people happy. So when the old lady would bring me my food, I would sit and say, oh, this is the best food I've ever had. I've never had food this good. Did you cook this? I thought yesterday was the best, but you managed to surpass it again. How'd you do it? What's the magic ingredient? And I ended up making friends with them. Like I had grandmas in there, the old ladies cooking the food. And by trying to make people happy and smile all the time, I started to feel a lot happier. Every single lesson in life has to be taught. It doesn't matter what it is. If she's never had anyone to teach her that respect, well, maybe you're the man who's going to make her respect. You're going to make her appreciate masculinity. I'll tell you something now, man. The girls who were the biggest red flags and the girls who looked like the most problems, after I dick them once and ignore them, and they've never been ignored before in their life, they're the ones who crumble hardest. They're the ones who completely lose their shit because it's never happened to them.
So if I do meet a girl and I see a bunch of red flags and she has all these male friends and she's always out partying, whatever, and I sleep with her once and I never text her again, they're the ones who break down in their heads faster than the good girls because they're so used to having their own way. I'll teach you to respect masculinity one way or another. Don't worry. If you don't respect masculinity, it's fine. Well, if you're unfixable, we'll sleep together once and I'll never talk to you again. Cool. One time is enough for me. I remember. I'm smart. Bye.
You can't just pick women based on looks. You have to understand a woman's mindset. And if her mindset is modern, you gotta go. It doesn't matter what comes. And you only judge women based upon their actions. Give women in general the benefit of the doubt. And see, a lot of ladies aren't gonna like what I'm about to say, but I say this: look at a woman that even if you're dealing with, assume that she means the best. Assume her heart's in the right place. It doesn't matter. It comes down to your action.
I absolutely and utterly love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. If someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery. Women do certain things and men do certain things. And we live in a world now where the whole idea of the roles has been conflated to the fact where if I come along and say women are better with children, men are better at fighting, I'm somehow fucking sexist when it's clearly true. There's nothing wrong with stating the facts. It's the truth.
See, a high value woman, by contrast, she's appealing and attractive. She has a comforting character. Her character, a high value woman, is comforting in her character. She's not going to shame you, insult you, or guilt you. She's going to lift and build people up. She's enthusiastic and exuberant about things. She's, like I said, she's liberating.
A red flag is if a guy follows Andrew Tate.
Really?
That's definitely a red flag for me.
Damn, that's my guy. I love Andrew.
I think he got popular because he's very good at spewing hate.
Always be polite, always hold the door open, always give that $10 to charity, even if nobody sees it, even if you don't record it, even if you don't tell anybody. Always help that old lady crossing the road, always have a smile, always train very hard, always work hard and make as much money as possible so you can look after the people you care about. Always be honest, don't lie, don't cheat, because God is watching.
African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, he was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
Buy a dog and die alone. I would tell more young men to do this. Keep your head down and eat crap until you're 30. Get out there, fail, try some things. Spend about 5 to 10% of your time dating, all that other kind of stuff. I don't expect you to be a monk. Relationships, love and all that stuff, it may not sound nice, will come later. You really need to know if you can work with this person long term because we're messy, complex people, and we have to have a higher tolerance for failure. It's not that men don't want to be with women, they just don't want to lose it all. Men not to be men. You want men to think like women. That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah,
And,
that's the problem.
well, no, you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you're the problem because I'm telling you what men want. You've experienced what men want and you've got a problem with it. That's your problem. We're not going to change. You're either going to get on board with it or you will die alone.
The reason you are upset and the reason you are arguing is not because you disagree with what we're saying. It's because you're triggered and you think we are saying women have no value. Absolutely incorrect. Female life is more valuable than male life. I will tell you right now, us men are, if someone comes in this door with a gun, we are prepared to die to protect you.
We would die on the Titanic so the women could live. If we talk about 5 men dying in a car crash, no big deal. If you talk about 5 women dying in a car crash, it's a big deal. Female life is super valuable, and you are super valuable members of society, and you have something very, very important to do. You are so important and so valuable that men will lead, protect, and care and provide for you. You're so important that we'll go put ourselves on the line and take all the responsibility of ensuring your safety. When we say we are leading, we are not I'm not trying to degrade females. I know you get triggered instantly because you live in a Western society where you feel like that's an insult. We're not trying to insult you. We're saying that it's a man's job to lead. It is a man's job to lead a relationship because it's his job to protect and provide.
Do you know that Cardi B is rich? Cardi B has like an IQ of 70. You were smarter than Cardi B when you were 10, and she's richer than you. Does that not bother you? It should bother you a lot.
I don't know what your topic is tonight, but I guess.
How old are you?
Guess.
Guess these nuts.